Okay, so let's conclude the first season of my Club DNA save. The Bundesliga, as you can see, was, let's say it was okay because it wasn't good. Even though we were second place, we have 13 points difference to the first place. That's almost 5 games. That's, that's too much. Um, the goal difference is catastrophic, to be honest, because we are so far off. And that's actually due to this little thing right here. We have scored way too little goals, and that's actually an issue I've come across a lot when I tried to play with the false nine, and I did not have Messi, basically. So yeah, this is something we have to consider for the next season. We will probably change the setup just a little bit and go for a poacher or a complete forward more often. I think the idea now is, as you see, we don't concede much. We had a lot of clean sheets. Let me check the schedule. This is this season, which has started on good, but I'm gonna go over this season now. This is the last season, so yeah, we had a lot of clean sheets here, everywhere. No, this this was a clean sheet for Zampoli. So yeah, I think the idea now will be breaking the defense and scoring with more typical striker role, and then um, keeping the score or keeping the clean sheet, implementing a false nine, because I have the feeling that the false nine is much more supportive in keeping the ball in this game, and it's less of a goal creating role, which is sad because well, it's not sad, but in real life it's difficult to recreate that actual false nine Messi role that Barcelona had. For me at this point, maybe I find a way to do it. Maybe it's even more in the player attributes and skill level, and that does actually do the difference. But yeah, let me still, I'm not gonna give up on the false nine. I'm just gonna change a few things to yeah, get over the not scoring point. I think around here we changed something as well. We started scoring quite frequently, and then we got knocked knocked down by Pauli, which hurt. Mm. Yeah, well, that's basically last season. Um, I think I wanted to go into the scouting or go over the scouting. I'm gonna have to open an Excel sheet because that old school type of manager working with Excel sheets, spreadsheets, I think it's called in English. So we have the squad analyzer that I created. I'm gonna put them on here right now. I'm opening them on a different. This is the squad analyzer. Okay, so first of all, this is super nerdy. So if you're not into nerd stuff, this might bore you a little bit. I love it. So as you can see, there's a few new names in here. This is basically my squad for the next season, and yeah, I created this spreadsheet where you can put in data from your players, and you get infos on how good these players are on certain positions, and this is done by using wait, let me see a player, by using these green and blue attributes. So for example, let's go here, for example, the advance forward. Let's check out the advance forward. All the way on the other side here, the advance forward. We can sort it from best to least good, and it will be made out of these green attributes all times 2 plus these blue attributes, and then divided by all of the numbers. So you get like a 1 attribute between 20 if all these are 20, and 1 if all these would be 1. This is really there's so many different things that actually do matter on the way these players perform on these positions. So this is really just to get a quick overview. If you have any questions about if you want to get into this, or if you want this for your save, just let me know. Maybe I can get a copy ready that people can use, like a Google Sheet or something. Yeah, might be possible, because I think it's quite helpful to have to analyze your squad. So, and I have scouting, and my scouting is set up like this. I divide it into continents and regions, and I have like one chief scout. He's super strong in potential, I forgot the name here, judging player potential. He has a 20. He's only there to actually second check if the players are good, and he's like whenever I want to scout a player, and whenever I go on an actual player profile, right click and assign scout, it's this guy, because I know if he tells me the player is good, he's probably good, and if he tells me the player is not so good, he's probably not so good. So I have him just really being like a last and final opinion before I buy a player. And then I have roaming scouts in different regions of Europe, and one scout on the competitions in Europe. These two are the chief Europe scouts, basically. They scout the whole continent, and then they just give me a really broader view on anything that's going on in Europe. So, and I put 2 on those. I have 2 here. I want to have 2 here. I want to have 2 here. And this is just so we get like a broad view on any player in Europe, and then we get more detailed views on different regions in Europe. The same obviously in South America, Africa, and North America. And then we have under national team scouts. This is something I always do, and I really messed up in this save because for some reason, and I don't know why, the German national team is not there at this time. Like I cleared the whole thing actually, so I don't know why it didn't work on this save, but the German national teams are not there. So this is actually an issue because I scouted so many players through national teams and through EU national teams. But let's see, let's go to the scouting, let's go to the short list. I got these short lists going on different players. This one, do I have a search on here? No, I don't. Okay, yeah, these players I want to get for the under 23 as actual signings for the future. EU national team scouting. This is just, I think I did Serbia, I did Nigeria, I did Croatia, I think, yeah. Austria, nee, that's also Croatia. Castillo should be Colombia. Yeah, I did like a few nations that actually have a good promise on youth players. There's this cheat sheet of player nations youth ratings. I used that to kind of predefine which youth teams I will scout. And I mean, look at this. I don't have full knowledge of all of them, but look at these players. So you can basically just hop on and get any of these players. Yeah, I did Austria actually. Okay, no, I don't have too much knowledge, so they probably will get worse. But yeah, that's the one thing, like doing national under U national team. There we go, U national team scoutings, and I just do it like this. I go here, go to the nation, and that's it. Go to the national teams. I took this nation team scouting spreadsheet from, there's also a YouTube tutorial. I think it's called the best scouting or the only scouting method you'll ever use again. And he really explains this scouting method really good. Like I was doing this before anyway, because I actually have short experience of being of real scouting in real football. I used to work for a professional club, so I know about the value of underage national teams. That was my primary subject by the time. So I was always scouting the under 18s, under 19s, under 21s of all these little bit smaller nations to basically, yeah, it's basically just to be the first international to know about these raw diamonds in smaller nations. So yeah, I did that before, but then I found out that this other player did this beautiful filter, so this is good. It does actually help. But yeah, this is how I do it. I just go through here, find myself the nation I want to scout. I don't know, South America. I don't have too much South America in here, so let's say maybe Peru. National team under 23. Let's go. And then these players get scouted, and I have a beautiful short list in a short period of time. I also kind of put transfer targets for each position or each role. I like to more go into the roles of the players than into the positions, because I don't necessarily think that players need to play in the position they are considered to, or they can prefer, or they're natural in. So I kind of look at players who could fit from the stats. Wanted by Inter Miami. I think I could. What's it? He's 21. This could actually be a smart transfer. September. I could maybe bring him in winter, because I really like this pace and acceleration. Because we play a super high line, this is so important, and he's tall. Why did I overlook this guy? This is crazy. He's not too. Oh, he's expensive, but this is okay. So maybe I'm gonna bring him in. And that's the next point in my scouting. So I don't. So this doesn't happen to me. I actually did right now, but it shouldn't. I have like these short lists of when what I want to do in the next transfer window. So now I'm gonna do a winter 24-25, and then I'm gonna go back to this guy, add to shortlist, winter 24-25. He can be there indefinite. I can come back to these lists and look at them. Yeah, and then this like makes it a bit more overviewed basically. So I know, okay, I need wingers. So it's like, wait, I have looked at all these before. Maybe there's one in here that really could help. And I look at him and it's like, okay, this guy got crazy good acceleration, but it's too much, too expensive at this moment. Let's look at him. Look, this guy looks payable. He's not the most promising for the future. He likes to play big matches, which is a big plus. He gets into the opposition area, which is also really important for me. He's affordable, and he's actually, for me at this moment, would be like a amazing second option for the wings. He can play on both naturally, even though, as I said before, it's not as important. He could also play that false 9 role. He got quite a good finishing and composure, so he could also do something like advanced forward poacher type of thing. He got great up the ball and flair. So this is actually also a quite good player. So I'm gonna add him to the winter shortlist, because maybe there's gonna be some movement in winter. I hope there isn't, but you never know. And I've been really watching these big matches, consistency, which is a problem with him actually. Too bad. Maybe he's off the list and directly again. Like, I've been really watching these attributes, big matches, consistency, mentality, determination, for all the players I brought in now. So let's maybe go through the transfers after the last season. I've got this young guy joining us because he's like, this is gonna be a lot of money in the future, but like, how can I not get this kid? Like, this is gonna be maybe gonna be my new false 9. If not, he's gonna be like a number 8 type of player. But this is crazy good. He's 16. His potential goes through the roof. He has consistency. Maybe I can help get him to increase his big matches, or that he likes to play big matches more, and maybe this can be fixed too. I mean, we got amazing tutors at the club right now, because going back, where was that again? Transfer history. The players we brought in this season, like, we spent quite a lot of money, more than we gained. Let's go through the players we moved out first. So we moved out Emre Can because we got 44 million for Emre Can, and obviously he's worth more now. For me, he didn't work in the system, not really at all. I didn't know what to do from these attributes, because I just didn't feel like he's fit for the system. And then, to be fair, he missed 2 really important penalties for me, which where the point came where it was like, okay, maybe his time is over at the club. And then Villarreal came with a 44 million offer, and I was like, never am I not gonna do that. This was super lucky for me, because I didn't, like, he had a huge wage bill, and I just needed to get him out of the club, because he's not, like, he's an amazing player, but he just does not fit the type of football we want to play, and he's too good and too expensive to sit on the bench and come in for like a last 10 minutes when we need to get a goal. He's amazing. If you ever need like a strong target man in your club in Football Manager, get yourself Aller. I think it's Aller. Yeah, but we had to get rid of him because he was spending too much, earning too much money. And for some reason, the minute we offered him, Sporting came in with a really serious bid, and we went for it. Valdemar Anton, also a great player for this team, but also too expensive, because like I would have kept him if we would go for back three, but as we're not going for back three, we need two backup central defenders and two starters, and he's basically a starter as well, and he was also making money like a starter, so I tried to clear the bill. Also great consistency, great big matches, professional. Like, this wasn't an easy sell, but I think he was also the slowest of all my defenders, so yeah, he had to go then. These were just players from my second team that I didn't see having a future here. My favorite signing from last season, I had to loan him out because I'm gonna go over the reasons why in a few seconds, but he's playing a great season at Lyon, which is good because he's getting a lot of game time. Same Giovanni Reina, also playing a good season at Lyon. I don't know what's going on here though, and he's getting a lot of game time, and these guys are definitely in my future plans. They're still young. They would have not gotten much playing time in my squad this season, so it's really important for me to have them loaned out. Same with Felix Mecha, I think. For some reason he's not playing games, so I might have to recall him, because he needs to play games. Like right now he really needs to play games because he's really set into my future plans. Koulibaly will probably be sold for hopefully 5 million, because he's not in my future plans. Duranville definitely is in my future plans, that's why he's loaned out, and it's great to see that he's getting game time in the Bundesliga as well. Bueno will be sold sooner than later. I tried to sell him this season, but nobody wanted to buy him, so I had to loan him out again. Actually, wait, no. I forgot that one. He is permanently joining, so that's good. He's on loan, and then he will be permanently joining. This was important as well because he was not a fit for my system whatsoever, and he was eating up money. I think he had 7 million a year. This was crazy, and it was the most frustrating transfer. Like, I don't know the person in real life, but the person in game is he really went on my nerves. He turned down so many offers. Like, I accepted so many transfer offers. There was actually transfer offers about 10 million, and he turned them all down because they didn't match his contract ideas, and I talked him down. I said, you're not gonna play here, choose yourself a club, get yourself a club, you're not in my plans. I think I even moved him to the second team at one point, and then he's finally accepted this offer. Also, I don't get it because it's the worst offer he got from the worst team, but yeah, that's Football Manager transfer logic. Too bad that it's not that realistic. Anyhow, we got him off the wage bill, which is important. Tony Reitz, also a promise for the future, even though he hasn't gotten the best potential. But I think we can implement him as a backup for one season and then sell him for good money. And the same probably goes for Fonti. he will do the same. We managed to get an affiliation with Karlsruhe, so we can just move players to Karlsruhe, which is great because they're more or less a struggling second league team, second division team. So most of the players we send there actually get playing time on a good competition. So let's go to the signings. Obviously, we signed Jan Couto for 30 million. Like, looking back at it, I'm not sure if that was necessary. With him not being good in the big matches, with balanced personality, but I think we will sell him in a few for a lot of money because he's an amazing player, amazing skills, a lot of potential. So maybe we can sell him for big money. We moved his role though. We got him away from the wingback role, and put him into the center, more to the Xavi number 8 role. And then we got Kefram Thuram. I never got him before in any save. I know he's like the go-to signing, and I know now why he is, because look at these stats. That's crazy. He's like 5 goals in 5 matches and 2 assists. He's playing that attacking role, and I think what really makes him so dangerous is the gets into the opposition area, and the height, the jumping reach, and the heading. Because I think most of his goals came from headers, running into, getting into the box, getting the cross, and just being there, nodding it in. Here it is. We've been looking for this. Big matches, consistency, personality, spirited. For some reason, I don't know if maybe some of you know this and can explain it to me. Every player I brought in who had a determination of 17 immediately dropped when they got into my club. They immediately, like on signing day, it went down to 16. Like, as the game was telling me, that no, you can't have people with better determination. Yeah, Jorginho, I fancy this player. Like, I love the way he played football, or he plays football, and I thought having that first season going good, but not amazingly good, and where we always struggled against bigger teams or even teams in bigger matches, I thought we need more personality, we need more consistency and more big matches and more experience in that center 3. Because our center 3 in the last season was quite young, with Torre, with Gonzalez, and with Julian Brandt, and Pascal Gross, who were the experienced players. But we had 2 players in that role who were carrying a lot, who were quite young, or we had Reina there. Or Mecha, also a young player. So we decided, okay, we need to get some experience in here. We need to get some role models for the young players that we want to develop. That's why I brought in Jorginho. That's why I brought in Eriksen. Model citizen, great stats. He has big matches, he has consistency, he has all the player traits I want. And same with Jorginho, has exactly the player traits I want here, except maybe plays way out of trouble. But yeah, these are amazing tutors as well. And then I came across this guy, that just a lucky find in my scouting reports, and I couldn't not sign him. I might have overspent, but I mean, I paid 20 million and he's already worth much more. Yeah, he's gonna be. Let me see. Wait, what am I training? Yeah, he's gonna be that Busquets role type of thing if everything works out well. I'm a bit worried about the vision at this moment, but I mean he's 16. He can improve. I don't know. Like I haven't played the game in a while, so I don't know how much these stats improve actually, like how much higher they will get. Can I get him to be a 15 vision player, or will I, if I'm lucky, get him to be a 11 player vision player? I don't know. Let's see. Let's figure it out. If not, he got great stats. Like we can make something out of him. If not, make money, because if he doesn't fit in the system whatsoever, we can still sell him for a profit. Yeah, that was the whole transfer situation. Now I would say we go back to the schedule, we go to the last season, and we look at a few things that happened here. Let's, for example, go to the Midtjylland game. Yeah, just to tell you why we're playing Midtjylland and not Barcelona is because we got knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League, which was also a reason why we decided to change the transfer policies for the next season to get experience and players comfortable in big matches, because we did have things like this happen under pressure. We had to win this game and we lose it against Girona, which is obviously not a big opposition in that kind of thing. Like, no disrespect, but if you're Borussia Dortmund and you play in the Champions League, you're planning with these 3 points. Then that's 3 points you're getting right here, just like you're getting the ones against Dynamo. So yeah, we fell short here. Also, playing Benfica at home, we plan to get these points. Like, this also not good because it's 3-0, but it could be okay to not win in Lisbon. But this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. And let's just look at this match. I mean, the stats were on our side. We didn't score. We should have scored one more goal. That's a lot of games looked like that also, that we kind of outperformed the opposition, but we just did not manage to score. How was that here? Well, this one is actually, we did okay, but it's these are stats for one goal mostly. You need to be that's a one goal game actually. Obviously they had a game of the lifetime, hitting the target twice, scoring twice. Unfortunate for us, but still we should have won. Like, we need to win these type of games. So yeah, and then let's go to the fun part. We're still playing beautiful football, and we're still making, like, they're still really making me proud in the way that it's exactly shaping up the way I want it to shape up when it comes to the game. Let's just go through a few goals. Let's just watch some goals here. Wait, we have to, can I look at the tactics here? Yeah, I did change up a few things at some point, because we were losing a bit too much or conceding a bit too much at one point. So I changed to a 4-1-4-1. Basically the lineup evolution of Pep Guardiola when he went from Barcelona to Bayern Munich. He played that 4-1-4-1, but I did not play it like he did in Munich. I just kept the roles to be more of a 4-3-3, but I wanted the wingers to be a bit more defensive when out of possession, and that did help. But it obviously did not help us score more goals. But yeah, that was an idea on how to get more solid at one point and more defensive. So let's watch. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, that's just oh yeah, that's amazing. Dribbler. This guy, just buy him. If you come across this guy and you need like a not too aggressive left back or a backup ball playing defender on the left side or a wide central defender, get this guy. He's in the second division in Germany. You can get him from 800k, and he really does the job. Like, this is one of my best signings, considering money to value. He's amazing, really. I really would have, like, I never signed him before, never. This is the first time I signed him. I didn't feel comfortable signing him, but I was like, okay, let's not spend money here. Let's just get someone in and have him on the bench, and then maybe I can sell him as soon as possible, find some bigger new gen potential kind of player, and then he's kind of always playing top notch. Like, he doesn't stand out as often as he did in this game and becoming player of the match, but he's never the player that I see making a mistake that leads to goal or breaking down our play style or whatever. He's always on point. So let's go to this funny game right here, because this is the home game and the stats tell me that we should have scored at least one more goal. Let's still watch it. We're still playing the 4-1-4-1 4-1-4-1 formation here. These passes are so beautiful. We see them a lot, especially from the number 8. These passes are beautiful as well. We also see them a lot against us. So this is how it came out to be 1-1. And that was actually super unsatisfying, because now we go back to the second leg and we have to play away from home and we have to win the game, and the stats of this game are mental. This game went completely crazy, and let's watch the goals. Something happened here that I've never seen before. So look at the time, 85th minute, 85th minute, it's 0-0. At this point we're 0-0 and they score. We had to have our second keeper in here because here, what's his name? Esteva, I don't know how to say it. Estevao, because Kobel was injured, which also was an issue during the season, because he didn't even get near to the stats that Kobel had, obviously, because Kobel is one of the best goalkeepers in the game. But we had to have him in, and now look what happens. I've never seen this happen before. This is the 95th minute. Have you ever seen this before? This is this is crazy. This is completely mental. And yeah, then we went to extra time and they collapsed. We had another beautiful goal right here. And another high press goal. And one from a corner again. There we go. So yeah, it does look much better than it actually was, because having to go to extra time against Midtjylland is not what a Dortmund squad should aim for. Anyhow, we managed to get through the first knockout round. No, the second leg. No, the first round. Knockout playoff. The first knockout playoff round. Just to fail against Lazio in the second one. Also, we did not create enough danger. We did not deserve to win this game. And on the second leg, we should have won. Like, looking at the stats, we should have been. We should have closed the game beforehand. I think I made a mistake in the substitutions, because looking at the goals, they came late, and I think I just didn't do the right, or didn't have the right choices to finish the game off and to close it down. I don't know what I did, to be honest. It's a while back, but I must have influenced the game to a bad point. Maybe I should have never taken off Girassi. Maybe I felt too comfortable. I took him off, and then we went to penalties, and that's one of the penalties that Emre Can missed. That was so important. Yeah. Then we had quite a good end of the season. I really felt, I don't know, like I wasn't happy with the season at all, because we got knocked out of the Pokal in the quarterfinals. Okay, we get knocked out against Bayern Munich, but this 1-2 doesn't look as the game actually went. Like, look at these stats. We were lucky to even get that one goal. It was in the 93rd minute, and they completely took us out of the game. We had no chance whatsoever. We got beaten by Leipzig way too strong. We had catastrophic games like this in St. Pauli. We didn't manage to get at least a point against Bayern again in the Bundesliga. Same situation. Look at the stats. Look at this XG. We had we didn't even have the right to get that one goal right here. Look, Itta again. He's the best player. So yeah, that was frustrating. We did not really perform in the big matches, and we have to improve that, definitely. And that's one thing that we're looking towards in the next season. Okay, so let's go a little bit more into the new setup of my squad, because I did change a few roles for this season. I decided to go with a poacher. Sometimes I put Gins up here as an advanced forward. Sometimes I have Eriksson up here as a false 9. Bayer can also play an advanced forward. Adeyemi also. Like, we're more flexible. We change it, and especially when we play high pressing teams or teams with a high defensive line, I want to have a striker up front that runs at the defense to push down the back 3, 4, whatever they play, so we can get a bit more space. Sometimes I have these on now, but most of the times it's like this, or like this, depending on how we want to play. When Özcan is here, I like him to go all the way up here, and it works quite well. So yeah, that's the in possession type. We have, I think I lowered this down to lower. I think we had it higher before. Just to retain possession even longer and even better. Took away, I think I had it like this, and now I have hold shape. Because I learned that there was a rule, I think in Barcelona, where Pep Guardiola said, when we gain the ball, we need to play it 15 times, 15 passes, I think it was 15, a certain amount of passes until we can actually go for a really coordinated attack. So we're trying to put this in. Sometimes I take it out, especially when we are leading a game and I see the opposition moving up. I do take it off and I click pass into space as well. So we try to exploit that gap the high line then creates for us. We got a lot of colors right here. Yeah, this is actually one of the biggest issues I have with the match engine right now is the high defense line not creating an offside trap. I don't understand, like I have so many situations where this guy steps up and gives a strong tackle and doesn't win the ball, but does exactly what he has to do. He pushes the opposition back, and everyone else drops deep and creates space between the lines, and they pass it in. I don't understand why this happens in the match engine. And that's why I put step up on. It did not change a bit. We concede goals from this, and it's really frustrating. I remember that you used to be able to click on use offside trap, which is gone, which I don't understand because it's one of the key defensive tactics to use. If you can get your back four to work in sync, you can take out entire teams, or at least the way they try to attack. And they completely took this away from the game, which is super frustrating because I concede goals that really hurt to see from this. Maybe we can come across some of those. So I just remembered that one of the goals from the Girona game where we lost and we actually got kicked out of the Champions League, it fits exactly the offside trap problematic. Let's take a look at this. We lose the ball. That was obviously not good, but we're in a good position right here. The back four, they line up really good. And now watch what happens now. I think it's either Schlotterbeck or Süle. One of the two steps up and gives strong pressure on Stuani, who's doing an amazing job not to lose possession. Mecha should have been deeper to give more pressure on here as well. He was orientated a bit up front. Yeah, he was a bit too offensive minded in this situation. Should have been deeper. Still, we could still prevent this goal from happening. Yeah, Süle steps up. And now look what all the other defenders are doing. They're dropping off. They're not stepping up and holding the line with Süle. What would be the result if they would have held that line? Danjuma would have had to stop his run, take out the pace, and pick up the run again with through ball. Due to them dropping deep, he can pick up the pace, keep the pace, get the ball deep, and obviously he finishes off amazing, but still he gets into the position because we don't take the tempo away from him, and we could have done it with just stepping up, holding the line. Let's look at the whole situation again. Let me turn down the tempo just one bit. There we go. And the finishing is still amazing. Obviously, the moment, like, I'm not too mad about the outcome. This picture right here, this is what really bothers me, and that there's no way in the match, in the tactic place to change this, because let's go here. That's about 10 meters. That's a long way. And that's not, like, this is the worst you can defend, for in my personal opinion and in my thought about the game, because we always think about going forward, putting so much pressure on the opposition to, first of all, take decision making away, like don't give them time to make a decision, and second of all, to take tempo out of their game. And if you just watch Danjuma a little longer, obviously he does great off the ball movement, but if we would have stepped up, he would have had to stop his way right now, drop off back, and we would, Kuto is not the quickest player obviously, but he would have had much more even or like a fair start to the final sprint, because they would have both sprinted from zero, and not Kuto having to turn, going into a sprint duel. So yeah, this is for me incredibly frustrating to see, because it's, I mean, it can, if it still happens, if I tell the match or if I tell my team to prevent this from happening and it still happens, then it's mistakes by the individuals, and that's okay. That happens in football every time, basically every game. That's why goals are scored. But not being able to change that, or to implement this into my tactic, that's the biggest issue for me. Let's see if there's another goal in here that plays into that. That's okay goal, but it's nothing special. So let's see here. It's somewhat the same. It's a bit different, but it's still somewhat the same. First of all, what are you doing here? Why are you this, like, why are you so like, look, we're holding the line. This is good. We're right here. He's attacking. We can't go much further because this is where the offside line starts. This is good for now. Here is where the issue starts. These two, why are they dropping? Why are they dropping off? They should stay up. And now, now we give so much space just by being deeper than our defense line. Wait, here. Look at the defense line. There's no line. There's like a random-ish kind of situation. If he now, even, he could still recover from this. If he now steps up, these players are offside. Still, he could also step up a bit. He could still step up and take him out, but he doesn't. And still, also the same issue. If I could tell my team to play with an aggressive offside trap, and the player decides in this situation to make a mistake, obviously no one decides to make a mistake on purpose, but the player decides wrong in this situation, and the turnout is their goal. Okay, frustrating, but okay, because we could have prevented it if they stick to the match plan, but there is no opportunity for me to prevent this, and that's the frustrating part. Still, I'm not saying that we would have won this game, but I think we could have, one of those 2 goals we could have prevented. But okay, let's not be too critical with the match. We changed the central roles, all of them actually, to more clear roles. Like he's now the deep lying playmaker, he's the advanced playmaker, and he's the Mizella. I have them cross more often because I want these crosses from here behind. That's why I have cross aim far post, and I don't know why I didn't do it here. Yeah, that's it. I have him still kind of go into the box, even though he's not cut inside. Doesn't have cut inside anymore. But for him, he is supposed to be wide now. He's like a wide outlet at this point, because we have the underlap and we have this wing back going into the opposition box at a lot of times. So we need width. We need him to open up that space for the wing backs. So yeah, that's the new setup, and let's see what it brings to us. So this is the season start, and we're first in the Bundesliga, and I've never had this good of a start, to be absolutely honest. This is, I don't know what's going on here. We lost in the last friendly against Copenhagen, and I was kind of not feeling too comfortable, because these preseason matches kind of went from good to okay to bad to really bad. We concede 3 goals in the first DFB Pokal round against Dynamo Dresden, who play in the 3rd league. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a weird season. But then we caught up and we started playing football, and let's look at these stats. I mean, we don't have let's look at these goals. We don't have too many XG in this game. Let's go back right here. I really love this new setup. We're so, like, the whole structure we have right now when the ball comes in is we're so prepared for a second ball. I mean, let him tackle and kind of clear the ball out here, we will have it. And let him intercept the ball right here, we can immediately put pressure on him. Even if the ball gets cleared to here, we have like one of the strongest, physically strongest players in the air to win that header, and we will immediately, like, we have 3 players picking up that second ball. I really love this, how this looks right here. This is amazing. We got 1 player in the box, 2 player in the box, 3 player in the box. So you got actually 4 players in the, like, ready to attack the box. We got a player who will enter the attack himself later if this would keep going. This looks really good. This looks really, really, really good. Yeah, that's just a goal. So this is an amazing start. I think that was Girassi's game. Yeah, he was subbed in. We started with a false 9 with Eriksson, and we did not create any. And then we changed to the poacher at half. And let's just watch this goal from start. That's beautiful passing. Yeah. Also, Brim had, we're down 1. Okay. Yeah, we had to really be careful of Demon, who was sent off actually. Okay, he was causing a lot of problems in the first half. He's actually a really good player in this game. Causing a lot of problems. Anyway, that was that. We beat Leverkusen, humbling them. I mean, look at these stats. Here we started out with the poacher. My man Itta also performing amazingly good again, once again. Itta the GOAT. Never seen this before, but that's I love, like, these. Can I go back? Yeah, these guys are so hungry for goals at the moment. That's a great goal. Second goal. Okay, that's it. That's not like a game-changing play, but we did beautiful football here. And the first goal conceded. And still we were so much more of an attacking outlet. I just forgot to, yeah, we played with the poacher here. Let's see. I think it's always interesting to watch the whole way the goal came, or where it came from. Yeah, like one of them. Like, that's why I love high defense lines, and I think it's also the step up more and tackle harder. The way, like, obviously, again, it's Itta, but look at this. The way he does not give that free ball away. Yeah, that's beautiful. These second balls, they're so important. They're so important. Nasty is actually a really pain because he's huge. Right, let's go and a little bit back as well again. Look, if they would have won that second ball, we would have been under pressure again, but we managed to play out of the pressure because we win the second ball. It's always about the second balls. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. There we go, we win the second ball. And we score. Obviously, that's a great goal by the player individually, but still, we win that second ball, and that's it, I think, again. We attack, they clear it. They have to play it long, we win it. Second ball. We immediately turn the game and score. Also a beautiful connecting play between Mukoko and Thuram, but still, it's about these second balls. Win them. Win the second balls. And then we got humbled. Playing away at Inter, we decided to do the same thing we do every time, and that was a really bad choice. We were down 2-0 at halftime. We were down 3-0 55th minute. I decided to change a lot after the 55th minute because they were playing with, let me check, Marco was playing more of a, let's go into the game. Di Marco was playing more of a, I think it's better to see, yeah. Di Marco was playing more of an attacking, I think it was an inverted wing back going up. And Chanalolu, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that name, is more of a holding six, deep lane playmaker. So my decision after the 55th minute, after the game was obviously lost, was to completely overload this side. Like we wanted to, you can see it here. That's actually, is that the heat map from this time? Or is that the final heat map? Because if it's the final heat map, this makes a lot of sense. If it's not, then I don't know why it's already been like this in the... Anyway, we decided to completely overload this part of the opposition game because we were struggling to keep them away from our goal. So we had to take their strongest thread and turn it into their weakest defending theme. So I think I put my the number 8 to the attacking midfielder role on that side as well, and I had them all run wide, and it was like we really created an overload over here, and it actually turned out to be the point where the game evened out. Look, Di Marco scores the first. Di Marco killing us on the second. Penalty. We score from a free kick as well. It could have been offside, to be fair. And yeah, we actually didn't shoot on target until I changed the setup. So sometimes if you get overrun, don't stick to the match plan and kind of adjust and try to figure out why you're getting overrun. Because to be honest, if we would have changed it here early, maybe we could have gotten a point. I never planned with beating Inter at home because Inter is just a machine. But yeah, I thought we might have just gotten a point here, but we didn't cry about it too long. We came back with this amazing 5-0 against Hannover. they play 4-4-2 with like a narrow 4-4-2, a diamond 4-4-2. So what did we do? We decided to play wide as possible, because we knew they were worse than us, like a smaller team than us, and we can. I just figured out I can. This is great. Something new I figured out. Okay, we knew we were gonna have more possession, and that's why we probably took them apart this hard. Thuram was amazing in this game. Also, you see Thuram always close to the 5-yard box, which 5-meter box, whatever it's called in English, which is so important. Like, short corners work. I'm telling you, short corners work. That was a demolition. That was bad. I didn't feel good after that. I mean, they just moved up, and then we got the second team that got promoted. We started with Grassi here. That's exactly the football I want to see. Let's go to the second goal again. It's like everyone is one touch. One touch, one touch, one touch, score. That's beautiful. Yeah, so this is how the whole season is going. We can take a look at the under 22, under 22, at my second team. Here we go. I tried to clear out the team as good as possible. Unfortunately, we have way too many goalkeepers in the squad, and no one wants to loan any of our goalkeepers, which I don't understand, because we got great goalkeepers. I mean, look at him. He's like, why does nobody want to loan him? Or look at him. He's a good player for a smaller squad. Or look at him. He's also a good player for a smaller squad. Anyway, we did manage to clean out the squad just a little bit and implement like these amazing talents to also get game time, which is important. Also, I think he also came. Yeah, he was also a youth intake. He looks also great. Unfortunately, he's quite injury prone. And we did the same with the under 19th, like really slim it down a lot and focus on the focus players. I did say that nice, didn't I? Here we go. Consistency. No, focus on little on less players with more potential. I don't want to have these huge squads where I don't know who's who and why are they in here. Even though there could be players I could buy, but yeah, that's it. Even though there could be players I could sell, but yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will give you an update on how this is going, and see you next time around. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.